Former IPID head Robert McBride has accused KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi of downplaying his connection to murdered IPID investigator Mandla Mahlangu. McBride said Mahlangu was killed after making incriminating statements about a person who has since testified before the committee. Mahlangu had previously been investigating Phahlane. Our Zoleka Qodashe has been following the submissions, joining us live now from Parliament in anticipation for another day of hearings in the ad hoc committee. Zoleka, good morning, and again, thank you for being with us, because it's important to contextualize that testimony, stunning testimony we heard from Robert McBride yesterday, in the bigger scheme of intrigue involving some of the players that he named yesterday.
That's correct, Iman. Good morning, and good morning to the viewers. And the reason why Mandla Mahlangu is such an important name that was dropped by Robert McBride, the former IPID head from 2014 until 2019, is because of that alleged relationship that he says the Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi downplayed when he appeared before the ad hoc committee. Now, you remember that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi was asked a series of questions, particularly in relation to IPID investigations. It was a testimony of Robert McBride yesterday that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi essentially tried to interfere in the work of some IPID investigations. And the reason why he says that is that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, he says, had a close relationship with Mandla Mahlangu, as well as the former acting National Police Commissioner, that is Khomotso Phahlane. And so he tries to draw insinuations or makes insinuations in relation to that particular relationship, as well as why Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi was the first on the scene when Mandla Mahlangu was assassinated, and also in relation to the investigations that were ongoing. You'll remember that there are claims that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi tried to interfere in the work of IPID, and it is also the testimony of Khomotso Phahlane when he appeared before the inquisitorial body last week that Robert McBride was at the center, one of the central figures in that scheme to ensure that he does not assume that particular position as chief cop in South Africa permanently. Let's just take a listen to what Robert McBride had to say in relation to this particular relationship yesterday.
General Mkhwanazi was a close friend of the Mahlangu family. He was very close to Mandla. They attended soccer matches together. And when Mandla was shot at the first time, after receiving all the threats, General Mkhwanazi was first on the scene. When Mandla was murdered at his small holding, the first person outside the small holding to be on the scene was General Mkhwanazi. Yet General Mkhwanazi does not mention or take the committee into confidence of completeness. In both this inquiry and the Madlanga, he understates his knowledge of Mahlangu. Furthermore, he does not attend the funeral of Mahlangu, even though he's a close family friend. So I find it a bit strange.
Now, Iman, it is Robert McBride's assertion that Mkhwanazi had a close relationship with Phahlane as well, and really it is now up to the ad hoc committee to really see what inference can be drawn from the allegations or from the testimony of Robert McBride. But those proceedings are expected to kick off at 11 a.m. with Robert McBride now fielding questions from lawmakers. Iman.
Zoleka Qodashe, thank you very much. More on the ad hoc committee hearings throughout the morning. Now,